Hi everyone, this is Marianne and thanks for deciding to watch this video. I just wanted to share with you this little thing that I thought of doing, which you might also want to consider doing as well. I purchased a set of LED fairy lights from Lazada for about 240 pesos, and I installed them at the back of my custom-made standing desk, as you can see here. I have used transparent cable clips for this project, which I have purchased from a hardware store. I wanted the back of my desk to emit a subtle diffused glow so that it can be my nightlight. I have seen tech YouTubers do this a lot with RGB lights, which they hardwire themselves with a controller, but they are a bit expensive and I don't really want to hardwire anything myself. I don't know how to do it and I don't want to risk the safety of this house, so this is what I thought of doing instead. One thing I did make it a point to do was to make sure that the bulbs, or are they supposed to be called diodes? I made sure that the diodes are distributed more or less evenly throughout the length of the space that I want to lay them all out on so that the diffuse glow will also look more even. So you will see me sometimes looping in the wire twice on a cable clip so that the diode will be placed at more or less the right spot and never in the same space as another diode. This is also the reason why I chose transparent cable clips for this, because just in case a diode falls behind a cable clip, the light is still going to be unhampered. Now I chose the cool white version for this. I know that it probably has blue light in it, which is not conducive for sleep, but that is the reason why I decided to place this behind the desk so that I will only see the diffused glow. There is a warm light version of these fairy lights, which I have purchased for my son, and I will show you that later. But for my room, cool lights work better because I want my room to be almost grayscale, as devoid of color as possible. And by the way, if you're curious about what all these other cables are that you can see on this sort of trough, this is my cable management for my desk. I have talked about this desk before in another video and I will link it in the description box. I suggest you go ahead and watch it because it might give you some cable management ideas. At this point, you can see that I already have about 4 layers wrapped around the area. This fairy light set has 100 diodes spaced at a distance of about 4 to 5 inches, so that should give me enough diodes to distribute more or less evenly across the entire back space of the table. It was also easy to manage the looping of these wires because these are just thin metal wires that are very pliable. These are not coated in plastic, so it's easy to mold into whatever shape and space that you have. I have seen some people on YouTube crumple these lights into a random ball and then place that inside a clear mason jar, and it looks very pretty as a decorative lighting piece as well. And because these are LED, they don't ever get hot. And to finish off the looping, I just took the end of that entire string of fairy lights and sort of wound it around the other wire layers that were already on the cable clips. Right now it is 4 p.m. and the curtains are open, but once I close them, these curtains have a blackout layer, by the way. You can see the diffuse glow that I am going for. I do not see the actual lights or diodes directly, but just the glow from them diffused in this space behind my desk. These fairy lights come with this USB plug right here. It does not come with a power socket though. It has a blue button that you press to change the light settings. This has 8 different light settings, but I only ever use the last setting, which is the steady light setting. This means I need to press this blue button 8 times each time, but that's okay. So once again, let me show you the effect. Here is my room with the overhead lights turned on, and then when they are turned off, the effect from the fairy lights become visible. Now, let me show you the warm lights version that I bought for my son. This one comes with a remote, which he actually needs because his cable management is on this little ledge under the table with a drop-down cover, and the plug for the fairy lights is right there in one of those. Pardon the chaos. My son is a dude, so he pretty much doesn't care when his cables look like that. So the remote just makes it easier for him to turn the lights on and off without having to reach under his desk, pull down the little door, and then press the button 8 times. With the remote, he can go straight to the setting that he wants without having to go through them all one by one. He also keeps these lights on steady. My cool lights also come in a version with a remote, but I don't need the remote because my desk is already blocking the plug, so I can't control the lights with the remote when I am in bed. I still have to walk over there to point the remote at the plug, which negates the purpose of having the remote, so I didn't get the remote with this. I like the effect so much. It is very calming and it really makes my room look almost grayscale. I see no actual light bulbs and not even any light, but just a steady, even glow from a light that I cannot see. I usually keep this on overnight and then turn it off in the morning when I go back there to open the curtains. I hope this video was able to give you some ideas on a very affordable and unique nightlight that you can have for your bedroom. It doesn't have to be behind a desk actually. It can also be behind a bookcase or a picture frame or something. And if you don't like it, you can just take it out and use it for something else. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Bye!